Right then, new leaks video, Legion WUWA, Camellya insane gameplay info plus 2.1 male character details. I'm still adamant that I've got nothing to back this up, of course, that Scar's going to be around then. Obviously, take that with whatever you will, because I've got nothing to back that up. I'm just hoping. Camellya insane gameplay info. Okay. What's the reckoning then? Is she going to be a DPS? Is she going to be a sub DPS? Because we've got a lot of DPSs. But I feel like she might be a DPS, but at the same time, is she just going to be more of a sub-DPS, potentially building up the Havoc roster? I don't know, but let's see what Legion WUWA's got to say about this then, shall we?
Alright guys, a bunch of new leaks and updates just
Let me know what you think in the comments.
Giving us a lot more information on the 2.0 characters. We even have confirmation on a 2.0 male character.
Do we have confirmation? Or do we have confirmation that there's a leak?
We can expect. So big news for the players waiting.
End of the day, when it comes to all of these videos, guys, nothing's confirmed until it's confirmed. That's the way you should look at it. But one thing I will say about a lot of the leaks in this game, they tend to be quite on point. Now, there's some channels that kind of extrapolate and adjust the information to just keep repeating videos. But when it comes from the actual direct leakers, a lot of them seem to be on the point, on the mark for the most part of things. Like, you know, I can't even talk. Let's get into the video.
For a new male character. And since we're getting closer to the 1.4 update, a lot more leaks have been coming out on the 5-star character.
So it probably is going to make sense that Camellya and Lumia are going to be on separate banners. Yeah, we've seen what they're doing this run, which is, again, it's frustrating for me because I don't want to put on the Gian banner, but at the same time, I totally understand it. I think it's safe to assume, although, you know, we don't know this, that these are going to be on separate banners, aren't they now?
Camellya and a new 4-star character.
I really like the design of Lumia, I do.
Giving us a lot more insight on what we can expect from their playstyle. From what I quickly saw, Camellya is going to be a transformation unit with multiple forms, which makes sense. She's probably going to have a white hair and red hair form. Pretty interesting stuff. We will go over everything new in this video. And if you guys want to keep being updated on...
It would make, you know, if they did go in with it like that, where they're having a visual... transformations in a character depending on what you're doing when you're going into your Resonance Liberation or whatever, or when your Forte's charged up or whatever it's going to be. It would be a good idea to do that with Camellya because people are really interested in Camellya, at least from the waifu standpoint, aren't they? So to lean into that visual style even more in regards to it looking different will be a big pull for a lot of people.
Everything about Wuthering Waves 24/7. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to put on those notifications to be kept updated right away. But alright, let's get into it, guys. There's a lot of stuff to go over now. So I'm going to start off with all the new 1.4 character leaks, and then we can go over the new 2.0 character info. So this leak right here is about Camellya and Lumi's gameplay. So about Camellya, she's going to have 2 forms, and she's also going to be an air combat DPS.
Okay, interesting. It wouldn't surprise me because Kuro seemed to really be leaning into DPSs a lot at the moment, and she seems like she'd be a DPS unit. Yeah, I don't know. I still had this feeling that she might not be DPS because we've just had so much of that recently.
It seems that one of her forms will focus on air combat, which is pretty cool. And Lumi, also a surprise, she also has 2 forms, which is going to be related to new mechanics and the race.
Related to the new mechanism and the race. Interesting. What does that entail then? Well, and the race, could that be to who? Well, actually, I think she is human. No, well, I don't know. The race, because like, this is one thing I've always wondered. Yinlin's got pointy ears like she's an elf. But there's no mention of her not being human. So, like, could that be actually talking in a race as her actual race? Or is this more something like something happening within the world? And the new mechanism. Okay, Depths of Elusive Realm will be updated. This is always good. As somebody who's not a massive fan of the Terror of Aversity, it's always good to see Elusive Realm getting updated.
Also to add, Depths of Elusive Realm will be updated in 1.4. So this does confirm that Elusive Realm will indeed return in the 1.4 update.
As it should. I think Kuro should work as hard as possible to make the Elusive Realm permanent, resettable, replayable, and have it just, like I say, resetting on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. with different ways to play it. And, you know, obviously I know we've got like a lot of variety to it now anyway, but I think it's the best part of the end game for me. And I think they should really work on making it something that's there permanently, or if not permanently, pretty much permanently. Because like the Tower of Adversity is always there, and it's just not that great in my opinion. Other people will disagree, but from my preference, I just like to see the elusive realm become more of a thing. It's the closest thing we've got to like a dungeon run in the game, isn't it really?
Update. I know a lot of you guys were asking for the 1.3 version update, where is the elusive realm? Well, we can now expect it in 1.4. And regarding Camellya, I think Camellya is really interesting that she has air combat. It does sound really cool. I can't wait for the gameplay animations now.
I wonder if some of her animations will relate to like these, you know, like the vines that she can fire out. I wonder if we'll see some really cool aerial animations in regards to those, if that's what she's going to be. That'd be interesting, definitely. Again, I'd really like to see these used in a climbing up walls. That'd be super cool.
That makes me even more hype.
Don't think that would happen, but it'll look dope.
We should be getting the gameplay animations quite soon.
Okay.
It is predicted to drop sometime in the next 2 weeks. But that is...
Well, it seems like Kuro are definitely getting a little bit ahead. They're trying to get ahead of the marketing now, aren't they? To get some sort of like consistency in the drip marketing, and then showing off resonators right before, well, a little bit before the banner drops. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that we do start to see some sort of gameplay soon, and then, you know, kit and all that sort of stuff as well.
Not all we have for Camellya. We have a little more info. So here are some details of what we can expect. So when Camellya is in her red hair form, she stays up in the air using her vines. Okay. And she's basically upside down in some animations.
What's she gonna be, like a spinning top or something? Okay. So what, her vines are literally gonna be holding her up, kind of like Dr. Octopus. Like, this is what I was saying. I was saying it'd be kind of cool when you run up walls and she had her own bespoke animation where the vines were like Doc Oc's freaking arms climbing up the walls, you know what I mean?
As well
That'd
as
be kind of funny.
Ult, her red hair form is triggered by a skill, holding clicking in red form to become Beyblade.
What the fuck? Okay.
Sprinting in red form will also
I need
have
to see
special
this now.
animations in air using vines.
Okay.
Alright, so that is a very detailed description of what her gameplay is gonna be. Now, I'm even more hyped for her gameplay release. This is very
interesting, very specific for something that, you know, this sounds like this potentially could be something that's happening, because this is very, very specific, isn't it? And again, as I said, a lot of the leaks tend to be kind of hitting the mark or thereabouts in a lot of this sort of stuff. So that's interesting. I like the idea of a hair color change. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Very interesting. Camellya goes upside down.
What about the Beyblade, though?
And she spins like a Beyblade. That sounds actually insane. Now I definitely can't wait for the
hey, it might look really cool, but I hope it doesn't look silly.
Gameplay animations. Hopefully we do get to see it soon, which I will try to cover on the channel as soon as it drops. So stay tuned for that, guys. Make sure to put those notifications on if you guys want to keep being updated for that right away. And alright, so we went over all the leaks for Camellya and Lumi.
Okay.
That is all we have for the 1.4 banners, so we can move on to the 2.0 update. But now we can go over the leaks.
So do you think it is almost confirmed then now, Camellya, and then it'll be Yinlin, Lumi banner? Damn, bro, Kuro are trying to make me go broke at the minute, because I've got literally no asteroids left. I want to pull on the Jian banner to get Yuhu. I wouldn't be angry at getting another copy of Jian, but I kind of just want to get at least 1 or 2 copies of Yuhu. And then Camellya drops, and then obviously Lumi with Yinlin as well. Yinlin's a great freaking character, so it's like, oh my god, dude, we're going homeless with this one, I'm telling you.
On the 2.1
and then if Scar comes out in 2.0, 2.1,
which is
oh my
expected
god,
to be a new male character.
I'm gonna be giving hand jobs, man, to freaking get asteroids.
The 1.2 update of WUWA. And here is his description of this unit. He wears a black and white mask. Sometimes it breaks in half and only the black part remains. And his mask may not always be on him. He maybe has blue hair and purple hair. And also he resembles Dainsley from Genshin Impact. Here's a reference if you guys never saw this character. I would say
we know he's gonna look a lot more chatty than that though, don't we?
For a model in Genshin Impact, he looks like a pretty cool character. But yeah, so this is a cool description of the 2.1 male character. A cool concept so far.
sometimes it breaks in half and only the black part remains. Interesting. I wonder what the relevance of that's going to be then. I wonder if it'll be a part of his whole character. Maybe there'll be some sort of split personality thing going on. His mask may not always be on him. Purple or blue hair. I'm intrigued by the idea of the mask, though. Okay.
His mask is gonna change throughout the gameplay, or so we can expect. I would say it's similar to how Cheng Li's outfit changes during combat. Maybe the same thing will happen with his mask. So that would be pretty cool. And we also got some more details here on his outfit. So he wears a carnival outfit, aristocrat style.
Interesting. So he's going to be like a Liza P kind of looking character potentially. Is it going to be almost? Could this potentially be like steampunky kind of looking? Maybe.
Clothes, and he has bluish green hair with purple highlights. This is definitely going to be a very unique design. This character is for sure going to be part of the new area. As from the looks of it, the new map has a completely different style of characters that we've never seen before.
So the fact that it might have something like that, and a carnival aristocratic style clothes with a character with a mask, does this lead us to think the new area is going to be Europeans with a European theme then potentially? Because I'll be all over that, because I think seeing the Wuthering Waves universe in like, you know, a more European area would look dope into potential of you know, like architecture styles, you know, character designs, all that sort of stuff as well. Interesting. It makes me think, you know, when you think aristocratic, you tend to think, you know, British, French, German, European style, don't you? Not saying that it's only specifically Europe that can be aristocratic, but you know, that's what you tend to think, don't you? And you know, the carnival aesthetic as well makes me think potentially like a Western European style.
So it's gonna be
maybe like an
unique,
Eastern European style.
But I believe that is all the info we have on these characters for now. We now have the full description on Camellya's gameplay, Lumi's gameplay, and then even more info on the 2.0 character models.
What's the description on Lumi's gameplay then?
Character. But fortunately, we don't have any models, we don't have any gameplay as of yet.
We didn't really get anything on Lumi's gameplay there, did we yet? Unless he's going to mention it now.
It seems like the leakers are hiding or gatekeeping the information, as we have all these details on these characters and models, but nothing to show for it. So yeah, they've been drip feeding us information bit by bit, but it's still pretty interesting, so I'll take it. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm pretty sure the gameplay animations will be coming out sometime next week. At least the earliest would be next week, because if you guys don't know, the animations always get leaked out at least a whole month after the drip marketing, so we should be expecting it pretty soon. And as always, I will cover it day one on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Put those notifications on to be updated right away. And also, guys, let me know in the comments,
Lumi's gameplay,
what do you guys think of all this new information that came out today on these characters? Are you hyped to finally get a new male character in 2.1 update?
I must admit, I am, yeah. I am. Like, don't get me wrong. I like variety in my characters. I am a big fan of the waifus. But I am looking forward to a new male character. And the idea of, like, an aristocratic carnival-looking character that's specifically a character as well that's just got a total different aesthetic to the characters we've got now with the Eastern flavour that the characters have got. Obviously, fantasy Eastern, but, you know, maybe leaning into more of a Western fantasy flavour. I'll be all over that. I'm here for that, like, variety in styles, definitely.
Yeah, I know it's quite far. 2.1 is basically next year, so it's quite a long way. But at least we have...
It'll be around in no time, man. Around in no time.
Have something to look forward to, especially all the people that were asking for
it's what now?
Characters.
It's 2 major patches away, isn't it?
Look forward to. But for me, I think I'm pretty good with the current characters that are on the way right now. Camellya definitely has my attention. Can't wait for this unit. Pretty hype. One of my most anticipated unit for sure. I've been talking about Camellya ever since the first patch of the game. So we'll see what.
The very first time I saw her, I was like, I want her. I want her. Her, Frovlova, and Scar, they're like my 3 most anticipated characters. To the fact that she's coming soon, like, I just hope to God I do get her. I hope the game's not mean to me.
They cook with the animations.
You have to open the wallet
definitely
otherwise.
gave me hope on some crazy animations, and I'm sure since it's Camellya, they're going to be going all out with their animations. Can't wait for it. But that is
Kind
all
of
for
weird
this
the idea
video,
of hearing
guys.
a
So
spinning
if you guys
top though.
enjoyed, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more WUWA updates 24/7, and hopefully we get full details on the 2.0 characters.
Okay, I think you're just dragging the video out now, yeah?
And
Trying to get to the 8 minutes plus for the ads.
Characters.
I respect it.
And again, it is expected next week at the earliest, but I'm still not sure if it's going to be next week or in 2 weeks. It's always hard to predict when the beta is going to start, but as soon as the beta drops, a ton of information for the 1.4 update should start dropping in. So I'm going to keep an eye out for you guys, and as soon as we get the information...
I'm sorry, that's the date to look out for, isn't it? The beta. Once the beta date's announced, we know that day and the day after there's going to be a crap ton of stuff coming out, don't we?
I'll post everything new on the channel, make a ton of videos on it, and hopefully 1.4 delivers. I'm sure Kuro will make 1.4 a really nice update. As we've seen with their previous updates, it just gets better and better. And 1.3, I was
going to say, so far 1.3 has been an absolute blast. I haven't totally finished it off yet. Just that set piece going up to the boss fight was fucking peak. Again, for me, this game really gets close to getting into that AAA level of quality with some of the stuff that they do. And just that gorgeous scene after the sequence of events, like with Shorekeeper and you're on the beach. And I just had to take a bunch of photos because I was like, dude, this is absolutely beautiful.
Say is one of their best patches yet, story-wise, and
so I feel bad for people playing on mobile sometimes because I just can't appreciate the game for what it is. You know what I mean?
Adding more and more, improving the game. They were almost running out of stuff to ask for, just of how much they listen to their community and provide for us, giving us free characters,
dungeons, man, dungeons, raid bosses. Give me that.
Which is always a big win. People like to clown on it, that they're making less money, but they're really being too generous, and they really don't need
okay, we'll call it there, because he's just spent the last 4 minutes dragging the video out, really, I think. So we didn't get any information on Lumi's gameplay, did we? Just that she transforms, something about the mechanisms and the mechanism and the race or something like that. Now, I don't know if that's regarding Lumi's race or something that's going on within the world, potentially. I'm not too sure. I don't know where that's gone now. Was it here? Here we go. Double forms which are related to the new mechanism and the race. That'd be interesting. Yeah, okay. All right. Depths of Elusive Realm update. That's always good. But obviously, the idea that she's going to be like a Beyblade, that'll be interesting. Hopefully, it looks good and it's not something that looks a little bit silly. I'm here for stuff that looks fun. I just think the kind of character that she is, it might break my immersion and attachment to the character if she's all like, "Way," you know, a little bit funky. You're doing some wild stuff. I'm sure it won't be like that because, you know, Kuro know what they're doing. But yeah, there you go, guys. Legion WUWA, new leagues, Camellya, insane gameplay info, 2.1 mile character details. Who do we reckon then? Do we reckon that's where we're going? European vibes. I feel like from that description of that character, potentially. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they do kind of follow the Genshin MO in that regards of the new areas are kind of inspired by places in the real world, because why not? It makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, so I'll be definitely, as somebody who's from Europe, it'd be cool to see some European inspired stuff and some characters that look, you know, kind of like that. So I'm here for that, man. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section as well.